So current status for the battery industry worldwide is, obviously a greatly expanding industry where we're starting to recognise the potential use of lithium-ion battery technology. So lithium-ion batteries are the dominant technology. They were developed around 30 years ago in the late 80s. So it's an old, very established technology and widely used, but we're still figuring out how we can use it and how we can use it better.
But generally speaking, lithium-ion suffers from a couple of key deficiencies which are becoming more and more exposed as the application grows from mobile phones to electric vehicles. And that is that the amount of charge that can be stored in the lithium battery just isn't sufficient for what is currently being demanded. Also, there are other limitations in the operation range of temperature. So we all know that as the batteries get hot, they don't like to perform and their cycle life can degrade quite rapidly. And we also know that after a few hundred cycles of the battery, the performance really does start to drop off, which is probably far too rapid for many applications. So our current role is basically as a raw material supplier to the rest of the world. We supply minerals for lithium and cathode materials such as nickel and cobalt and ship them off to countries such as China and the large lithium-ion battery manufacturing countries. And they turn these materials into the required battery precursor materials that are used for battery production. The role of a university is to support the industries that are currently active in Australia. At the moment, the battery industry globally is booming, but currently in Australia we're seeing that aside from the mining industry, there isn't much activity around batteries that can support the economy and employ a lot of people. And this is where university can play a really key role, is develop a much higher level of expertise in the implementation and development of new battery technologies.
We've recently started a project with Toyota Japan, and that's focused on creating solid-state batteries. This past year we were also awarded an ARC, Australian Research Council, Industry Transformation Training Centre, Store Energy. In that project we have around 12 or 13 industry partners working together. We'll have 12 PhD projects and around 5 research fellows, all working with those industry partners hand in hand on a range of projects. What Australia really needs to look at closely is our growing reliance on renewable energy, but also our position as potentially a renewable energy superpower, where because of our unique status as an island nation, we have a lot of coastline, a low population, and we have some of the highest solar flux, so the most solar radiation of any continent in the world. So we're really blessed with this possibility that we can generate much more energy than we need. If we wanted to use that fruitfully, we then need to store it, but also we need a lot of distributed battery storage. And then we need to take that and turn that into manufacturing. In Australia, in the future, we will have some of the cheapest energy in the world because it will come from renewable sources. We need batteries to be able to stabilise that grid and use it well. We need expertise around batteries, and we can use that to create a battery manufacturing industry based on the reserves of ores and materials that we have and the expertise that we're developing. We have this opportunity for manufacturing. We have all the pieces in place. We need support to make that happen. Having been in battery research for almost 30 years now, I haven't seen a time like this previously, where there's both the will, there seems to be the will to do it, and there's the recognition that there's an opportunity. And really, I think we have to, in the next 5 to 10 years, the opportunity is now to create a new industry in Australia if we sort of take our chances and look at what's going to happen in the future in Australia in terms of our use of renewable energy.